Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Leal in this incarnation. So today I want to talk about the attachment to detachment, because these days, well, detachment is something we have to learn. Of course, this is the Aquarius era, and Aquarius is an energy of detachment, but this detachment is connected to love. It's not something that I am running from. And I think many times nowadays we are more close to this concept, and everybody talks about how we have to practice it. But I think that many times when we are in the spiritual path, we can be like, I'm going to detach from this person or from this situation or from this place. And of course, if it's causing damage to us, it's good to do that. And other example is when we are, I told you that we're going to go through many changes in the planetary process. And one of the biggest challenges I think we're going to have is about this let the people be whatever they have to do with their own lives, and not trying to guide them or not trying to convince them about what is the path, what is our inner truth, and all of those things, because information will actually be something very confusing. And we are already experimenting that. There's an amount of information very, very big, and sometimes it's hard if we are only trying to figure it out with our mind to understand what inner truth is. So that's something we're going to do, aligning ourselves to our heart, to our soul, of course. So the truth is, I said it before. I know I said it before, but it's something we contact from the inside. It's something that vibrates, and sometimes could scare us too. So that's the reason why I think many people can say that they are cutting ties, but actually they are running from situations or people or things that are showing a shadow. And it's very easy to fall in these things, because if there's people showing us something that, when something doesn't serve, and I told you about this in the video of knowing when to quit, it's because it's something that doesn't bring evolution to us. But if that person, that situation, or that whatever we are experimenting is bringing something that is moving something inside us, of course, that has a purpose, and we have to deal with that. We have to deal, because we can't run from ourselves, and every time we run, we're going to find the same thing in other person, in with other face or other situation that seems different, but it's not. So we can actually, in the process of gaining consciousness, when we are elevating consciousness, we're not losing what we already gained, but we can be stuck. Certainly we can be, and we can repeat the same exactly cycle. I think I told you before that the spiritual learning is about an spiral. So many times we could feel that we are passing through a similar situation than before, but it's like I did a quantic jump, and it's not exactly the same, it's more refined. But other times we're repeating the same exactly situation, but with other faces. And we have to do the labor to recognize which one is which one. So not everything is something we have to cut ties and run and detach and all of those things. And I think a big example is the twin flame journey. I will talk about this a little bit more, because in next videos, I mean, because the twin flame journey many times confront us with things we don't want to face, and confront us with many times in that process one can feel like I want this person to go away far away from my life, for example, because what that mirror is showing, it's very painful, or we don't want to face it. And the truth is, if that is a real twin flame connection, and I already talked about the differences with narcissistic connections, because again, there's many people confusing that, and there's no manipulation. This is a pure connection that is showing, maybe could be intermittent with the communication, but it's not that about passion and drama and coming back and have sex, and then it's not about that. That's a narcissistic relationship, that's a narcissistic bond, and there's no constant manipulation or energetic draining. I want to be clear about this, because I think many people is still confused. So I've been through both, so I can notice the difference actually very, very well. Okay, so the twin flame journey has this thing about that we have to live with the paradox of feel this presence of the other person, and to continue with our lives, and to still keep going with our inner work, which is all that matters in this process. And the process always will push us to understand that the labor is in here and not outside. It's always like this. Actually, life is like that. But this process is like, if you really don't want to get it in the labor, this will push you very hard. And there are many times that we could feel like that way, that we don't want to feel that anymore. But it's not possible. It's not possible to run if this is a real twin flame journey, because wanting to run makes us feel even worse. So the important thing is that what is separating those people it is actually all their programations. It's all the things they have to work in. It's that simple. So that's the main focus we have to put in. But this is, of course, not the only example. This could happen with friends. This could happen with family members. This could happen with a situation that doesn't go away, that I want to cut ties, I want to detach, but if I want to detach real hard and that situation doesn't disappear, it's because that's showing me something that I have to learn, and then that won't go away until I do. I have to do the labor to reveal that light. So here it comes the frustration, and the frustration could be two things. Frustration actually appears when the desire it's not happening, when something that we want, we want to manifest doesn't happen. So this frustration is this emptiness from lack, and it could happen because of two reasons. One of those is because that desire comes from ego, and soul has decided, well, no, this won't happen. This is not the way. This is not serving to you, and we are feeling frustration because that desire it's not aligned to us, and we still want it. Or the other reason could be not because that desire is not aligned with our soul path, but because we are having a thought that is blocking the desire. We're having a thought that is putting this distance from us to the desire. And that thought is making us believe that we are not going to manifest it, never. And that's why frustration comes. So we are going to have to do the labor in order to recognize if that desire is coming from ego or coming from the soul, because if it's coming from soul, it's actually something we have to work more on it. We have to put more perseverance. We have to put more steps. We have to keep going. The video of the other day, I was talking like the contrary of this, but the frustration is coming because we are having thoughts that are making us believe we won't be able to manifest it, never. And that's not real, of course, because not everything what our minds tells us is real. And part of this process is to start to recognize what thoughts are really serving, what thoughts are not. And I think that many thoughts that come from the mind that is connected, because the mind, it's not the problem here, it's the disconnected mind, which is different. The intellect connected to the divine, it's good because we are discharging information actually. But when we disconnect our mind, and it's all like a ego talk. We have all these thoughts, and these thoughts, of course, are going to make us feel very bad. But when we are operating from a connected mind, we could feel triggered too, because maybe we are having a thought that it's about an inner truth or something we have to recognize to ourselves. It's not never even going to feel very happy. Sometimes it could feel that way too. But always, it's like if we can't face that truth or whatever it's appearing at that moment, we're going to feel liberated. We're going to feel that we are freeing ourselves. Or actually that thought is like food for keep going in this path, or that thought is making us feel happy or better or whatever. So we have to of course work a lot in our thoughts, because that's when frustration comes actually. frustration is something we can manage. We can take responsibility for it and try to manage. Of course, not always it's easy, but it's a practice like everything. So, well, I think I'm going to end here the reflection of today. Thank you, everybody, and see you in next videos. Ciao, ciao.